Namaste, my name is Jillian, and today we're going to be doing a fun, light-spirited Christmas flow. I hope that it kind of makes you laugh and surprises you, because when I was designing it, I had a lot of fun and I was laughing a lot. So, without further ado, let's get started. Come to stand at the top of your mat facing forward. I'm going to face the camera. Inhale, take a deep breath in, reach your arms up to the top of the sky. Lift your fingers up and exhale, lower them down to your sides. One more, inhale and exhale to your sides. Root down firmly through your feet. Lift your toes up and then one by one place them back down on the ground. Let your hips stack over your ankles, your shoulders over your hips, and your head just floats over top of your shoulders. Arms at your sides. Feel the connection to the ground. But also let your body sort of just sway back and forth. Let it just go wherever it needs to go while still being rooted down to the ground. Imagine yourself like a snowflake, drifting around, nowhere to go, just moving back and forth. But then down by your feet, you are a snowy mountain. You are rooted down, you are firm, you are strong. Your shoulders roll up and down your back. Take a deep breath in here, strong. Fill your lungs, take one more sip of breath at the top here. And exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Interlace your fingers, letting your pointer fingers stay up. Inhale, reach your spine up tall, reach your arms up tall. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, creating a space between your biceps and your head. Inhale, reach your arms up. One more sip of breath at the top here. And exhale, slowly begin to tilt your body over to the right. Root down through your feet, equal weight distributed between both of them. And really lift out of your hips and over into the right side. You'll be feeling the stretch on the left side of your body here. Remembering to keep your elbows away from your ears. Inhale, come up to center. Grow your spine tall, and exhale, hinge over to the left side. The more your body hinges over to the left side, the more your right hip goes to the right side. Try to roll your body up, maybe even looking over the arm. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to link this with breath a little bit more. So exhale, come over to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Two more on each side, your own speed of breath. Inhale, come back to center, drop your arms down your sides, snowflake them down, twinkle your fingers to your sides. Roll your shoulders forward and back, give them a little shake. Inhale, reach arms up once more. Exhale, swan dive, twinkle your fingers, hinge at your hips, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or the ground, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. We're going to flow through a couple of winter sun salutations. We're going to start with modified version first. So drop your knees here, slowly lower down, all the way down to your belly. Once you're down on your belly, lift your chest off of the ground. Maybe you float your hands up for your sled pose. Exhale, lower, come through tabletop and down to child's pose. Or wrapping paper, roll your body over your knees, lower your chest and your chin down, spread your arms out forward like you're unrolling a thing of paper. Just remember, this is a resting pose, and you can come here at any time during the practice that you're tired. Just breathe whenever you are feeling overwhelmed or like you can't catch your breath. Just come back to this pose. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Push into your downward facing dog or downward facing husky. Walk your feet up to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to your snowy mountain pose, arms up above your head, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up. We're going to do the full version of the flow now. Snowflake your hands down your sides, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or your full sled pose. Exhale, downward facing husky. Walk your hands up to the top, or your feet up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward or up to your snowy mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Move through one more of these flows and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Remember to breathe, going at your own pace. You pedal your feet out here in downward facing husky. Lift your tailbone up to the sky. Drop your knees down to the mat. Find a tabletop position. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. Inhale, reach your right arm forward and bring your left leg up to the back of the room. So you can choose to have your leg straight or you can choose to have it bent. Inhale and then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, switch your hands and your legs, so left arm out straight and left or right leg back. And come back to center. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. This is walking reindeer. Or you can move a little bit faster with your breath for running reindeer. Try to keep your core engaged, keeping your body tight and in control. Two more on each side. Come back to tabletop position. Catch your breath. Maybe roll out your wrists one at a time. Maybe roll out your ankles. Get any creaks and cracks out. Push up into your downward facing dog. And walk your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Stay here for a moment. Really feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Keep your back nice and flat. All right, now exhale, forward fold. Let it all go. Shake your head yes and no. Engage your core, reach your arms up to the sky, find your snowy mountain pose. Reach your arms up for one more stretch. Maybe you bring a gentle back bend in to open your heart. Exhale, bring your hands to center. Carry them through to your hips. I'm going to turn to face the camera. Hands on your hips. Bring your weight into your right foot. And begin to open your knee out to the left side. You can place your left foot on the ground, your calf, or anywhere you like on the left leg or on the right leg, as long as you're not on the knee. Find your balance here. Find a focus point. Try to keep your right hip back, your left hip forward, bringing your left knee to the back of the room. Christmas tree pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Challenge your balance. Breathe. Now, if you'd like, you can bring your hands from heart center slowly over to your right shoulder for an opening stretch around the shoulder joint. Press your palms together. Bring your left knee back. Find balance in the opposing forces. Really opening that left hip back. Partridge in the pear tree pose. Slowly bring everything back to center. Your hands, bring your knee forward, but without placing it down, come into a runner's lunge. I'm going to turn so you can see it a little bit better. So your knee is floating in the front, and slowly begin to place it behind you, toes to the ground, heel up as much as you can. Make sure your right knee is floating over your right ankle, not forward. It can be backwards more, but not forward. Hands to heart center. Really find your stability in this pose. Lift your heel up as much as you can. One long line of energy from your left toes all the way to the crown of your head. Breathe here. Lift your body up just slightly. Reach your arms up above your head. Exhale, drop your arms down for goddess arms or reindeer. Reach your arms up, straighten your leg. Exhale, come back in for reindeer. Reach your arms up. Exhale, come back in. Channel your inner reindeer. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, reach your arms up, straighten your front leg. Exhale, lower down. Windmill your hands down to frame your front foot. Step back to plank. You have the option to flow through one flow here. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, or your full sleigh pose. Exhale, downward facing husky. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Bring your weight into your right palm in front of you. Place it down below your chest. Now bring your right hip towards the ground. Stack your left hip on top and lift your left arm up to the sky. Maybe your gaze comes up. Maybe even your left leg floats up for Northern Star. Hold here, don't forget to breathe. Exhale, come back to center. Shift your weight back to both hands. Lower down for child's pose or wrapping paper. Slow your heart rate here before we get moving. Inhale, come to tabletop, push into your downward dog. Step your left foot forward, right foot back for runner's lunge on the left side. Right toes are on the ground. Your right heel pushing as much up as you can. When you're ready and have your balance, lift your arms up, your body off of your thigh. You can have your hands at heart center, or when you're ready, lift your arms up. Come out of your hips and exhale, goddess arms or reindeer. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, sink deeper. One more, reach your arms up, exhale, reindeer. Windmill your hands down, frame your left foot. You have the option to flow through one more flow here, or you can stay in plank. And when you're ready, bring your left hand in front of your face. Bring your left hip down to the ground, right hip up. Spread your right arm up and above you. Maybe you have the balance to look up to the sky. Maybe even you can lift your right leg up. Northern Star. Exhale, come to center. Hold it in plank here. Engage your core. Lift your back body out of your shoulders, out of your chest. Drop your knees. Come to your child's pose. Come up to tabletop. Push into your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Place your right foot in between your palms at the top of your mat. Bring your left foot out to the side, your left toes out to the side, and windmill your arms up for warrior two. Sink down, right knee over right ankle. Roll your chest open just a little bit. Gaze is over the right fingers for snowboarding elf. Breathe in here. Find your balance. Roll your right knee out to the side, left hip forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Begin to tilt, heel toe your right foot out to face the side for a wide standing pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, come into goddess pose or sneaky Santa. You can wiggle your fingers, you pulse in this pose. Shift your weight from side to side. Sneaky Santa. Inhale, reach your arms up, out to the corners of the room for Northern Star. Inhale and breathe. Breathe in fresh air. Exhale, come back to Sneaky Santa. Activate your arms, keep them engaged. Come back up to Northern Star, straighten your legs. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Heel toe your feet forward. Drop your hands down to frame your right foot. You have the option to step back through your flow. Otherwise, you can meet in your downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Step it between your feet, your hands, Drop your right heel to the ground. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot and windmill your arms up for Warrior Two. Hips tilted forwards. Right arm back, left arm forward. Snowboarding elf. You can close your eyes here. Sink a bit deeper. 3 more breaths. Bring your hands to your hips and begin to bring your left foot to face the right side. Roll your shoulders up and down your back. Head up tall. Straight legs. Bring your heels in towards you just a little more so your toes are pointing out to the corners of the room. Bring your hands up to the sky and exhale, sink down to Goddess Pose or Sneaky Santa. Wiggle your fingers, maybe sway from side to side, maybe pulse or stand still. Inhale, reach your arms up to the corners of the room, Northern Star. Exhale, come to Sneaky Santa. Inhale, reach up, Northern Star. Breathe in the crisp, fresh air. Exhale, Sneaky Santa. One more up to Northern Star. Exhale, Sneaky Santa. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your legs. Bring your toes to face the front of the room. Windmill your hands down to frame your left foot and step back to your downward facing dog. Walk your hands up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Keep them up here. Bring your weight into your right foot. And drop your left arm down to your side to create a bit of a shelf. Bring your left foot up to meet that shelf. We're just going to do a very gentle dancer's pose. Engage your left thigh muscles. Reach your right arm up to the sky and begin to push your left foot into your left hand. Very gentle for ice skater. Breathe here. Pull your left hip down. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, come back to center. Without putting your left foot down, bring your hands to your hips. Still floating that left foot. Begin to hinge your body forward, straightening that left leg out to the back of the room for flying snowman. Press your heel to the back of the room. Pull your right hip up, your left hip down. Maybe bring your hands to the back of the room or even forward. Try to lift that left leg up just a little more. Exhale, hands to heart center. Slowly come back up to stand. Taking a breath here. Inhale, reach your arms up. Drop your right hand down to your side, create that shelf. Scoop your right foot into your right hand, grabbing onto the big toe side of your foot. Reach your left arm up and push into your right hand. A gentle ice dancer or ice skater. Remember to breathe. Exhale, come back to center. Without dropping your foot down, bring your hands to your hips and begin to hinge forward for flying snowman. Pressing the right heel to the back of the room. Pull your right hip down. Keep your hips in alignment. Hands to heart center. Slowly come back up to standing your snowy mountain. Bring your hands to your hips. I'm going to turn to face the camera a little bit. Test out your balance between your feet. Maybe bend your knees. Rock back and forth. Bring your weight into your right foot. Lift your left leg up so your knee is in front of you. Scoop onto your left foot and begin to place it over your right thigh as you begin to lower down. You create a shelf with your right thigh. Alright, creating a figure 4 shape. Now bring your right hand, your right elbow to meet your left ankle, and your right hand can sit under your chin for elf on the shelf. Lift your chest out of your thigh. Left hand can push on the knee slightly so that you can get more of a stretch. Just don't push too hard that you fall over. You can stay here or you can come into full ribbons and bows pose. Bring your chest up a little bit. Bring your hands to heart center. And begin to hinge or twist over to the right side, bringing your left bicep to your left inside of your foot. So you could stay here, pressing into that foot. Whoop, I'm losing my balance. Or you can twist even more so your chest comes out to the side. Or you could slowly lower down, bending at your knee more, planting your palms to the ground, shifting your weight into your hands and stepping your left foot really into your left tricep. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you can lift your right foot off of the ground. Maybe just test it out a little bit. Challenge your balance, your strength. I'm a little tired. Otherwise, walk your hands back in front of you. Come to stand. Slowly finding your balance. Good job lowering your left foot down to the ground. It's not an easy pose. You can take a sip of water here. before we go into the next side. Hands to center. Bend your knees, pulse a little bit. Roll your shoulders down your back. Bring your weight into your left foot now. Your right foot comes in front of you. Grab onto your shin and slowly lower down, placing your right leg over your left thigh, creating that figure four. Lowering your left elbow to the ankle, resting your head on your hand, elf on the shelf. Stay here, or bring your hands to heart center. Right bicep to right foot. Whoop. Pressing tricep into foot, lifting your chest up. Challenging your balance. I'm definitely not as stable on my left side as my right. Maybe it's the opposite for you. Lifting your chest off your thigh. Drop your hands to the ground if you want to take full ribbons and bows. Bring your weight into your hands. Step your right foot onto your right butt tricep. Slowly walk your left foot out to the side. Maybe you lift it up. Just test it out. See what you can do. Maybe it's just shifting your weight forward into your palms. Maybe you can get your foot up. Otherwise, come to the top of your mat. Straighten your left leg. Lift your body up to stand. Lower your right foot down to the ground. Snowy mountain. We have two options for this next pose. You can either step your feet out to the sides of your mat, toes out to the corners, hands to heart center, and you could sink down into your garland pose. Elbows to knees, lift your chest up. If this isn't in your practice, come back up to mountain pose. And we're going to take our feet in a different position. Bring your heels to touch, toes out more to the sides, almost as much as you can. If you have a block, it might help. All right, so heels touching, toes out to the sides, and lower down, but as you lower, lift your toes up, or your heels up. Your toes are touching. And sit down onto your heels. Bring your knees out to the sides as much as you can. This is when the block might be necessary. For your Christmas tree pose. Inhale, straighten your legs. Drop your heels. Lower down, heels up. Knees out to the sides. Hands on your knees. Creating that true Christmas tree form. I'll turn this way so you can see. Drop your heels, come to stand. And come back down. Heels touch. Christmas tree pose. Lift your chest up. One more, come to stand. Or lower down. One last Christmas tree. Wherever you are, come to sit down on your mat. Bring your Knees out, about at least as wide as your mat. Bring your hands behind you, lift your hips up, toes touch, and sit into the space or the bowl that you've sort of created with your feet. This pose is traditionally called Sleeping Hero. We are calling it Melting Snowman. You could stay here. Or if it's in your practice, drop down to your elbows, or maybe all the way down to your mat for fully melted snowman. Grab onto your shins or your ankles, come back to your elbows. Walk yourself up very slowly to stand. Cross your legs underneath you and in front. Straighten out your back. Maybe round forward. Do what you need to do as a counter pose. From here, bring your right ankle, stack it on top of your left leg, just above the knee, not on it. You could stay here, or you can come into full fireplace pose, crossing the left leg underneath the right. Stacking your hip, or stacking your legs, fire log. So you can stay up tall, or you can hinge forward. Rest by the fireplace. We're not here for long, so try to focus on lowering the heart rate down. Come up to center. Straighten the legs out in front of you, shake them out, and switch sides, left leg over right knee. Stay here, or you can come into the full fireplace pose. And hinge forward, warming over the wood fireplace. Walk your hands up. Unbind your legs, keeping them out straight. Bring your knees together, your heels together. Lift your body out of your hips. Really find a straight back, as straight as you can get it. Lift your chest out as much as you can. Bring your toes toward your face. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, keep them above you without dropping them all the way down, but keep them stretched out in front. And really begin to keep a straight back, but hinge forward for Santa's sleigh. Breathe here, one last activating pose. And slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time onto your mat, onto your back. Drop your arms out to the sides of you as wide as you can get them. Place one leg out at a time to opposite sides of the mat. Find your breath here. Slow your heart rate down in peaceful Northern Star. In the midst of all this Christmas season, you can get very busy, you can get very stressed and overwhelmed. Just like in our practice, we were busy, we were moving, we were activating our bodies. But yet we were still having fun, finding peace in certain moments, finding your breath. This holiday season, I hope that you can have that fun, that playfulness, that cheer, the laughter. But I hope that you can also find peace and comfort and support from your loved ones, from the whole holiday season, and especially from your breath. As long as you have your breath, no one can take away your peace. You could stay here for as long as you'd like, or you can come up into a seated position, rolling onto your right side, pressing with your left hand into the ground, slowly coming up, maybe opening the eyes or keeping them closed. Take a deep breath in here together, and exhale through the nose. Bring your hands to heart center. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in you and knows that it is the same. Namaste.